Hey y'all, it's Private here. I'm heading over to the one cellar hole that I have permission to detect. Also, what I'm doing, I mean, it's not all going to be done today because this is going to take a little bit of gathering. That cellar hole for the owner of the property. I believe she's the owner, but they have a fire pit, like one of those metal fire rings. And what I'm going to do is take the stones from the chimney stack that's at the cellar hole. I'm going to move a good bit of them up to the up towards where her fire pit is, towards her house in her backyard. I'm going to make her a fire ring from the stones from the chimney stack, from the original chimney, hearth, fireplace, whatever you want to call it. Because I mean, if you're going to give me permission to detect on your property and don't want anything I find at all, I mean, straight up told me it doesn't matter what you find, keep it. So yeah, least I can do is make something cool for her. Now what I'm thinking is, and this is just the way my brain works, when making it, in the spots where there's where there's not going to be a stone or something, where there's just going to be concrete, take things that I've found in that cellar hole and stick it in the wet concrete. I don't know, that's how my brain works. I see stuff and creativity just goes stupid. Anyway, I will. This is going to be added on to, possibly, if I find anything cool, I'll film it. If all I'm finding is just junk and iron, you probably won't see that part of the day, because again, junk and iron can kind of get boring. But knowing me, I'll film some. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, y'all. Right there. There's a big pine there. Way back. On the other side of that pine, that's where all the from the cellar hole that I told y'all about, that y'all have seen. That's the cast off, like where they would, from digging out all the dirt. On that side. Now this is much more modern, obviously. Yeah, you'll see it because of these bricks. There. Bricks all through this, but this is another reason why. Hold on a second. One of the cool things about this hobby, if you give spots, and I'm not super knowledgeable on it, but knowledgeable enough to know if you give it time, this whole thing, I believe this was either an outhouse or some type of root cellar. I'm not 100%, and the reason why I say that, I mean, it's definitely a pile of stone and brick, right? And you can see that's all, that is all concrete. If you look, there's an indentation here. It's concrete there, that's concrete. That thing there, that is, all of this is like a concrete slab. Now I'm wondering whether or not this was the outhouse or privy, however they want to call it, or was this some kind of other root cellar with a building on top? I don't know what this was. But when you give stuff in the woods time and let the rain do it, all this before was all covered up with leaves, and it just looked like, if you know the Carolina hills and valleys and mountains and the mud around here, whether this looked like it was just that with the leaves on it. It just looked like part of the landscape. Wasn't until heavy rain while I was out here that I discovered this. So this is pretty cool. And yes, I've swung my detector over it. It's full of signals and varying numbers, which is a good sign. This looks like this is going to be a new potential spot. And again, the original spot is over there. That rise you see right along there, just on the, that's the cast out. Just on the other side of that is that other that cabin site, right where the chimney pile is. Ooh. All right, here's another cool thing about doing this hobby in the woods. Look at that root system. That's freaking cool. It's one of the reasons why I love the woods. See stuff like that. And I believe, hold on a second. Yep. It's still alive. Pretty good sized tree. Anyway, really haven't found much in the way of coolness. I did find a, I don't know if it was a fake Matchbox car or what. I'll show you all that in the wrap up. Anyway, all right, sorry about the lighting, y'all. That is a ridiculous pile of big hunks of metal. I couldn't tell you what they are. Yeah, little chunk there. Now this reminds me of a plow point, but these other two pieces, they're similar in the fact that they both got that nub on them there. If you see it, you see where the moss is. Yeah, some serious pieces of steel there. I'm not real sure. Anyway, and then there's that's a nice piece of iron or steel. I think that's steel though, because it didn't break when I banged on it. So this is the downside to this hobby when you get caught up in it. Caught up in digging those things. Good grief. Anyway, privateer, y'all have a blessed day.